Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Southside Braves here. And today for you I have the Week 1 Pokemon World Domination League recap. Some other recaps you might see people look into their own teams and their own matches and kind of show you why and what they did. I want to look around the league as a whole for this one, so I'm going to kind of show you how everyone did, where everyone sits, and some of the stats and awards for Week 1. So all that being said, first I want to show you the scores from Week 1. New York Knicks win a 3-0 match over the Tokyo Toxapex. A very impressive 3-0 win, one of the more impressive matches of the week in my opinion. Second, the Lisbon Arcanine lose a 0-1 heartbreaking defeat to the Immortal Drampa. This was probably the best match of the week in my opinion, and the Arcanine had a legitimate shot to win it down the stretch, if not for a misclick with Quagsire at the end. But that being said, the Drampa do pick up the 1-0 win over the Arcanine. The Straw Hat Crocodiles lose 0-2 to the Scionwood City Quagsire. The Stark Mountain Giratina win a 5-5 tie due to health with the Los Angeles Infernapes. This was also a very exciting match, very good game played by both people, and they just unfortunately had so many animations going on in their match. At one point when it was Corviknight versus Roserade, there was both Pokemon getting Grassy Terrain health, one getting Leftovers, one getting Black Sludge, and a Leech Seed, so like 5 animations after the attack animations already. So with all that going on, unfortunately it did go down to timer. But again, the Giratina do pick up that win on the timer, 5-5. Next up is my own match. The Manchester Mimikyu lose 0-4 to myself, the Nashville Nidokings. I was grateful to get that 4-0 win week 1. After that, you have the Fargo Phalanx losing 2-4 to the Lake of Rage Gyarados. Might have been able to get a little bit better differential out of the Gyarados if he doesn't switch his boosted up Gyarados at the end of the match. But it was probably the safer play to make sure the match was won as a whole. But again, he probably wins either way, and if he keeps Gyarados in, probably has a little bit better differential. But I did understand the switch when watching the match myself. And lastly, you have the New York Noctowl, the newest coach in the league, Coach New, losing 0-2 to the Atlanta Sobble, but still having a very good debut showing in his first match as part of the league. So after that, let's take a look at the stats. Week 1 kill leaders. My own Dragapult, along with the Indeedee, is tied with 4 kills. The Indeedee took advantage of that Psychic Terrain using Expanding Force to Choice Scarf. Expanding Force just ran through the opponent's team as soon as Rourke went down. So that's a big reason why Indeedee's up there. And then coming in after those two is Gmax Blastoise. Just a powerful Mon that gets on the board, and I believe it's also tied with Gmax Venusaur, but I didn't have room to put both of them on the screen, so I went with the Blastoise, who picked up kind of more direct kills. Venusaur picked up a couple using its Gmax ability, or like effect on its move, so I went ahead and gave Blastoise a spot on the screen, but they do both have 3 kills. The Unsung Heroes are kind of, in my opinion, the best Mons of the week that weren't in the kill leaders discussion. First off is my own Alolan Marowak. Was able to set up a Swords Dance, then Dynamax for me, pick up a kill, and set up for Dragapult to kind of sweep after that. So it sees a spot up there. After that, we have Charizard, which was the luckiest Charizard I've ever seen in my life. I think it had... Sorry, excuse me. I'm feeling a little under the weather. But yeah, sorry, excuse me for that. Charizard, like I said, it picked up at least 1 crit and 1 flinch, if not more. It was being called Serene Grace Charizard with how lucky it was. So, yeah, that was Charizard and why it's up there. Thirdly, I loved the way Gigalith was used this week, so I had to put him up there. He was going up against a team with Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Sandslash, and obviously wanted to set up the Hail and do some damage with Sandslash. And Gigalith's job was every time Ninetales came in, set up that Hail, he immediately came afterwards and took it away. So, I mean, it wasn't a difficult job for Gigalith to do, but he did it perfectly and was a big reason why that team was able to get the win. So I had to put Gigalith up there. After that, we have the Week 1 awards. I did win Coach of the Week for my 4-0 win, and MVP did go to that Alolan Marowak for me. So in future weeks, I'll talk a little bit more about the team that won Coach of the Week and their MVP. Again, I kind of won it this week, so if you want to see why I did, go ahead and check out my battle video on my channel. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about my own team here. So, yeah, those were the awards for Week 1. After that, we have the standings following the opening week. Again, I am in first place with that 4-0 win. Following me, again, in one of the other more impressive wins of the match, or of the week, using that lucky Charizard, is the New York Knicks with that 3-0 win. Following that, there's a three-way tie at third with the Lake of Rage Gyarados, Atlanta Sobble, and Signwood City Quagsires, all picking up wins with a +2 differential. Following that, you have the Immortal Drampa with a 1-0 win. And then the lowest of the teams that did win week 1 is the Stark Mountain Giratinas, because they did win that 5-5 tie. And on the other side of that, the Infernapes is the highest ranked of the losing teams, losing that 5-5 tie. Then you have the Arcanine losing that heartbreaking 1-0 loss, followed by the three-way tie down there near the bottom with the Fargo Phalanx, New York Noctowls, and Straw Hat Crocodiles, all losing with a -2 differential, followed by the Tokyo Toxapex with a -3, and lastly the Manchester Mimikyu with a -4. And now we'll look at the schedule for next week. First match of the week is the Manchester Mimikyu versus Tokyo Toxapex. Currently the two bottom teams on the standings, so one of them will be able to bounce back with a win here and get back going on the right track. So that'll be an exciting one to see who's able to do that. Following that match, you have the New York Nickets versus the Immortal Drampa. Both 1-0, and in the power rankings, currently number 1 and number 2 in the power rankings. So if you could only watch one match this week, other than my own, of course, you should watch this one. New York Nickets versus Immortal Drampa should be a fantastic match this week. Following that, you have another battle between two 1-0 teams. The Atlanta Sobble take on the Signwood City Quagsire. So that should be another great one. After that one, you have the first battle between two teams with different results in week 1. The Lake of Rage Gyarados picking the 1-0 win, or picking up the win week 1 is 1-0, versus Straw Hat Crocodiles, who sit at 0-1. So we'll see if the Crocodiles can bounce back and get to 500, or if the Gyarados can get off to a real strong start at 2-0. Following that one, you have, again, the newest coach, Coach New, and the New York Noctowls taking on the Stark Mountain Giratinas. So we'll see if Coach New can get his first win in the league, or if the Giratinas can show he can pick up more than one kill and still get W's. And that, again, very strong performance in that 5-5 match, but I think he'll expect to get more kills this week than just the one. Following that one, you have the Fargo Phalanx versus the Lisbon Arcanine, both sitting at 0-1. So one of them, again, will get back on the right track here, and one of them will fall to 0-2, unfortunately. These were two of the better teams that lost in week 1, in my opinion. So, unfortunately, one of them is going to be stuck at 0-2, but we'll see which one it is. And lastly, you have my own match, Nashville Nidokings, sitting at 1-0 versus the Los Angeles Infernapes, who unfortunately lost that 5-5 match. So, yeah, this will be a tough one for me. Like I said, I don't look at that 0-1 record and think, oh, this will be an easy one. Like I said, he played very well in that 5-5 match, made a lot of good switches. I thought the Trick Room play at the end was a little strange, but outside of the very last turn, I thought he made almost every right play. So it's going to be a tough one. Hopefully I prepped well for it, and I can go pick up the W. Those are your matches for week 2. Again, try to check out as many of those as you can. Like I said, of course, check out mine. The other one I recommend is the New York Nickets versus the Immortal Drampa. But like I said, try to go see all of them if you can. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next week. See ya.